I am a very fragile person. That's why when playing Anomaly, I always wrapped myself in the heaviest gear possible, ready for every situation, literally turning myself into a walking ambulance tank. But now, everything will be different. Now instead of a man who needs 3 seats on a plane, I'll turn into a quiet, unnoticed rat. One that can still bite your fucking ankle off if you corner it. This time, no laboratories, no underground facilities. I've had enough of that shit. I'll be taking only assassination contracts, and if I don't look like a minimalist tactical pussy, then why the hell am I even here? What? Where the fuck am I? Agent 47 has traveled the world, eliminated every kind of target imaginable, but one place he has absolutely never stepped foot in is the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and he has definitely never been sent after drunks, morons and religious fanatics. Diana Burnwood decided it was time to stress test her domesticated bold demon while also observing how his organism reacts to the zone's extreme conditions. What other surprises it hides besides abnormal strength, endurance, and an impressively large cock? Her order was simple: contact our representative at Rostock Bar and accept a contract to eliminate 10 of the zone's most notorious legends. To fully pass as a native, Stalker Agent 47 spent years marinating himself in alcohol and even grew hair and a beard worthy of the local aesthetic. I briefly considered calling him Agent 69, but that would have been painfully obvious. We'd be exposed instantly, and the brand new liver cirrhosis would have been completely wasted. So instead, we adopt the most stalker-appropriate name possible: Gay Boners. We grab our trusty Colt and hit the road. There is one immediate problem though. To take a contract from Snitch, we need to be at least experienced rank, so before committing to the job of a lifetime, we are forced to joke around the zone and acclimate. That acclimation starts with Fanatic's rookie training course: how to shoot boars with a pistol, how to drink vodka responsibly, and how to extract values from stashes with surgical precision. Alright Zone, now I'm truly unstoppable, not by a crowd of bandits I happen to run into, and not by bandits in general, because frankly there is nothing else here. By putting a solid professional whore through the court of one such degenerate, we officially open the assassination season, and from there, it escalates fast. The bandits did not appreciate this development, so they tried to catch me off guard at an abandoned farm, and suddenly, every criminal within a 2-kilometer radius came crawling in like flies to shit. After calmly, thoroughly and with proper emphasis explaining that neither a crowd of bandits, nor 7 rounds in the magazine, nor bastard bushes, no retarded allies, nor even my catastrophic aim are not enough to stop me, we move on to the swamps, where we observe a fascinating sight. Loners and bandits sitting by the same campfire, peacefully warming themselves, completely unaware of each other's existence. Well then, let's add some spice to this omelette. After that, we grab a couple more assassination contracts and discover, with genuine surprise, that all 3 of them are targeting the exact same person. Triple payment for a single head. Efficient. Continuing to mind my own business and exterminating various kind of trash along the way, I decided to drop by the professor's bunker, where I immediately learned a couple of unpleasant things. First, I lost all my money playing cards with the professor. The old crook is definitely using marked cards. Second, when starting this run, I forgot to turn off story mode, and now all the Psy installations on Yantar and Raider, the ones that turn the grey matter in your skull into pure bean juice, are running at full power. This time, no laboratories, no underground facilities. I've had enough of that shit. I've never gone through laboratories in Raider with pistols only before. If I make it through the entire Raider without being noticed, I rename myself Sam Fisher. I swear to God. Fuck! Turns out leaving your flashlight off in the dark is basically a cheat code. And after using this poor bastard to demonstrate what happens to people walking around London at night, we officially declare the Monolith base near the Brain Scorcher a complete failure, since it couldn't stop a literal bomb with 2 pistols. Then we step inside and finally meet some real resistance. Either way, this suffering wasn't wasted. I scored a decent gun and some money. Still, despite achievements worthy of campfire legends, I'm somehow still a trainee. The good news is, the northern route is open, and since more rank grinding awaiting us, we need something to do. The arena seemed like a perfect option, because if going through all circles of hell there doesn't make me at least experienced, then I honestly don't know what will. But I guess we'll never know, because after the third fight, the arena starts crashing with impressive consistency. So instead, we take a contract to assassinate a duty member on Zaton, a guy who's standing here nicely, marinated his liver and apparently finishing off his own fingers. Executing him in public would be poor etiquette, so I decided to keep him company instead, hoping I could outdrink the bastard and, under drunken songs, walk him off the ship and put a bullet in his forehead. But the bastard clearly wasn't planning to lose. In fact, he wasn't even playing. I was drinking alone, and what was supposed to be a brutal alcohol duel turned into an alcoholic harakiri. So I went to sleep it off and planned something better tomorrow. Except tomorrow planned everything for me. Monolith started breaking into the ship, and I was one of the very few people who gave a shit. Alright, about yesterday. Fuck. Let's just pretend none of that happened. After a few more contracts and several unfortunate incidents I personally participated in, we finally achieved the rank of experienced stalker, which means we can at least get to the actual reason this whole circus exists. Snitch reads out the list, and first on this premium-grade murder conveyor is a mercenary thug named Yarik Microbe, sitting at the mercenary base in Dead City and clearly not planning to leave. A frontal assault with my current gear would be pure suicide and, frankly, not very professional. What would Hitman do in this situation? Right, he'd acquire an enemy disguise, blend in, infiltrate the base and, say, poison his target. But tell me, how exactly do you poison people who eat dog chops, bloodsucker goulash, stewed rat, beer tea, cooked snork hand, chimera goulash and wash it all down with a protein bar? These people can die from literally anything, just not food poisoning. Besides, Stalker Gamma has not implemented that mechanic yet, so our options are either waiting for the release of Stalker Contrast and Stalker Brightness, or using explosives. The plan is clear and simple. All that's left is to infiltrate the mercenary base. But before that, don't forget to get your ass kicked by some soldiers who spawned out of nowhere. Luckily, I have this beauty with me, so we treat the brave officers to a rocket stuffed with explosive diarrhea. After that, we blend into the crowd. So far, so good. We leave a little package behind. Could you watch my back, please? Step outside and voila! Yarik Microbe has converted to Islam. The problem is, our next target is a guy named Gleb Teddy, also a mercenary, also on this same base. Now, I definitely have zero chance of killing him there, so the objective changes. We need to reload last save, carefully scout the base and figure out where the second target is. Now, the only thing left is to find the right pattern, one that kills both targets at once and doesn't turn me into Swiss cheese on the way out. Eventually, during yet another failed escape attempt, I tripped and fell into an open hatch inside the building and… how the hell did I forget about the empty sewer system under the city? Now I don't need to run anymore and catch bullets with my spine. All I have to do is plant 15 kilos of explosives right under those mercenary asses and… targets eliminated. After that, we exited the sewers far away from the building and get the hell out of that city, heading straight to Yantar. But my hopes of catching my breath in the quiet harbor of the scientist's bunker was shattered by a hostile and heavy-equipped Clear Sky squad. The boys clearly couldn't handle the number of mercs I'd killed during this run and decided to declare war on every loner in existence. After converting Clear Sky into bloody brain-splattered sky, we take a short break and, hoping that this amount of artifacts on my belt won't lead to testicular cancer, move on to the next target, Genna Head Track. A monolith abomination conveniently located right in the heart of the hospital, home base of our beloved religious extremists. Since barging into fanatic-packed ruins with a giant target painted on my bald head is not exactly a brilliant strategy, I decided to use a familiar tactic. Starting from Yano, we'll have to get to Limansk by… holy moly! We'll have to get to Limansk by shooting bandits at the container warehouse, and then, already inside the city, as quietly as possible, alright, as quietly as it's physically possible, put down a couple dozen lovers of phallic-shaped rocks, find the least bullet-riddled suit available, fix it using spit and duct tape, and ta-da! We're ready to pull on this Hugo Boss masterpiece and temporarily become Monolith. I hate it here. My brilliant plan went straight down the drain, but luckily there is always the option of eliminating our target with a continental missile. After that, using the services of that bastard guide who led me to the outskirts of Pripyat, right under the monolith base, from where I immediately ran straight into the loving arms of a controller and a pack of dogs, we finally locate our next target. Valik Vrangel, a legendary loner and, by all accounts, a genuinely decent guy, is standing in a laundromat surrounded by his comrades, in an atmosphere so depressing it could qualify as a medical condition. I don't know what's eating this fine gentleman, so I decided to cheer them up by leaving a brand new radio on the floor, which detonated exactly 30 seconds later. The blast instantly summoned a pack of dogs eager to turn my ass into a British flag, followed by cashier, clearly traumatized by the radio station I'd chosen, who came to settle things personally. After reattaching all my limbs, I walked up to the dying man on the ground and let him live. Even left him a steam pack as a goodbye present. I'm a professional. I kill only those I'm paid to kill. Make sure everyone else knows that. After Valik's death, we somehow skipped 2 people on our list. Apparently, we accidentally dealt with them somewhere along the way. Our next target is not far from here, at the base of mercenaries who are neutral toward all living things. They even sent me a message offering some work. Sounds nice, but I have a better offer. Now we are tasked with finding and eliminating a legend among loners, a loyal companion to any decent stalker, a man who always keeps his word and always covers his comrades' backs. Vitya Aviator. Killing such a respectable figure in front of honest people would be unthinkable arrogance and a death sentence, so we do something entirely different. We recruit this gigachat into our squad, telling him we're pushing toward the center of the zone, and that it would be an honor to have a fighter like him watching my back. He gladly agrees, and we seal our pact in blood. Clear Sky blood. Next, we need to eliminate one freedom idiot at Yanov. Wait here, buddy. I need to take care of something. And after we cut his fucking kidneys out, we head to the CNPP, where I was hoping the local mutants and fanatics would deal with my companion, without me having to dirty my hands. But not even a black chimera could take Vita. Clearly, this is a warrior without equal. Damn it, he even tells jokes.
Stalker says to another stalker, "The most important rule in the zone is not to go where you shouldn't." And where exactly is that? Anywhere with a no entry sign. What if there's an artifact there? Then it's a staff-only entrance. Ha 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 ha! Laugh.
After dropping a few unlucky monolith fanatics, we step inside to catch our breath, and that's when Agent 47 feels something wrong. He looks at Vita Aviator's bright, stupidly kind face and smiles. Warmth in his chest, pressure in his pants. Is this friends? No, we know who we are, and feelings don't get to interfere with the contract. So we draw the knife, and with tears in our eyes, we slaughter Vita like a fat pig. Let the sarcophagus serve as your gravestone. Only one name remains: Igor Whip. The last piece of shit is not sitting just anywhere. He is at generators beyond the CNPP. The road there is long, and by some miracle we managed to slip through the entire CNPP unnoticed. But luck eventually ran out. Right in the middle of a location with zero cover, we get hit by a psi-storm. At that moment, I'm fully prepared to accept that this is the end. That the legendary Bolt assassin with a Coca-Cola barcode on the back of his skull will spend the rest of his existence as a drooling zombie. Except no. Apparently there was a reason I'd been howling antibiotics in my pocket all this time. According to Zone folklore, they can help you survive emissions and psi-storms. Well then, cheers! And against all expectations, we actually survived the psi-storm, immediately followed by an emission. Oh, come on! After force-feeding ourselves enough heavy chemistry to poison future generations, we finally make it to the generators and, with elegant clumsiness, put an end to this clown show. With a proud face, we head back to Snitch, who hands us a reward that, when converted to dollars, is about 200 times less than what Agent 47 is usually paid. Alright, old geezer, so what about Strilok?